I want to give the call to the member for Newcastle.
Thank you. A member that actually has a port in her seat and something to say on this issue. And I rise very proudly to speak against this dangerous and frankly reckless motion before the House tonight. It is a good opportunity, however, for me to recognise the terrific work of the Maritime Union of Australia, the mighty MUA, in supporting Australian seafarers and indeed the entire Australian coastal shipping industry. I'd like to pay a very special tribute to the Newcastle branch of the MUA, including the branch secretary, Glenn Secretary, and the Honorary Deputy Branch Secretary, Dennis Outram. Now, members who don't have ports or have the slightest idea about how ports like to mock me right now, but in giving that shout-out, it's because I literally have thousands of seafarers operating in and out of the port and calling Newcastle home over many years. Shipping's an important part of our economy, our environment and indeed our national security. This is a matter close to my heart, Deputy Speaker, and Newcastle has a long and proud maritime history. The Port of Newcastle is central to our regional economy. Indeed, it is vital to our national economy. And it is, yes, one of the oldest unionised ports in this nation, proudly so. And it was established in 1799. It's played a key role as a critical link in our national supply chain ever since. With 25 operational berths, it handles more than 25 different cargoes, and 2,200 vessels visit each and every year into the largest port in this East Coast. As a representative of this very proud city of Newcastle, I have seen again and again the extraordinary contribution of MUA members and seafarers. The fact that this government members will do anything they can to besmirch the MUA just shows what a great job the union in fact is doing and what a threat they are to the Liberals' toxic work agenda. When I think of the MUA, I think of the thousands of men and women they represent and work hard for every day to advocate for safe, secure and fair workplaces. I think of the times when they have intervened to protect Australian seafarers from shocking exploitation. I also think of their steadfastness in supporting workers during the worst of times, like when BlueScope and BHP sacked 80 seafarers overnight without warning. This was utterly shameful. They were on the high seas, thousands of miles away from their homes, without any support or union representation, when they found out they'd lost their jobs. But the MUA were very quick to get a link through to the seafarers, providing them with the support they need, connecting them back with their families. And I also think of the MUA's achievements working alongside the International Transport Workers Federation under the leadership of Dean Summers, calling to account for those foreign-flagged ships that are exploiting vulnerable workers. These are seafarers who have now spent 18 months on board their ships without a single day off because of COVID. These are ships that have become floating sweatshops. They are the face of modern slavery, and I'm looking at both of you who took part in the modern slavery bill legislation. That is right here on our shores today. Most importantly, I'm now thinking of just how hard the MUA have fought against successive Liberal governments' brazen attacks on Australian shipping. Indeed, one of the most memorable parliamentary achievements of recent years was the day when the Senate shot down the Liberals' government toxic coastal shipping bill back in 2015. If passed, that appalling piece of legislation would have in fact created incentives for companies to sack their Australian crews and hire foreign workers for as little as $2 an hour. Its very purpose was to shrink the Australian shipping sector and to encourage ships to register their vessels offshore. One cruise ship operator in Newcastle—
Order.
Madam Chair.
Order. The member for Newcastle will be heard in silence.
Yeah.
The member for Newcastle has the call.
Well, as an island nation, Australia's got a strong national interest in
Thank you.
fostering our own coastal shipping industry. You should be backing Australian seafarers and Australian coastal shipping instead of
And I thank
taunting members in this
And I
parliament.
thank the member for Newcastle.